Alright, this is Andrew with Joda Home Inspections. We are doing a sewer scope tonight. June 25th, 2025. We're at 572 West Goosenest Drive in Elk Ridge. We have the camera pushed out only 71 feet. Definitely not getting to the city connection yet, but I've got it pushed out as far as I can. It does look like you have an access point here. I think that one's probably right outside the foundation, which is typically where you'll have an access point. I didn't see one here. I'm going to do another walk around and make sure I don't see it in the front, but typically it goes out towards the front of the house. You'll have a pipe stubbed up, and then you could access the line there. You're required to have them every 50 feet or so that if you're trying to clean the line or evaluate the line with a camera like we are, you can access it at different points and see the entire line. Sometimes that clean out gets cut off and buried, and then you can't access the rest of the line. Especially with turns like that, sometimes you go through a couple turns and I can't get the camera pushed out as far as we would like. So we're basically seeing 70 feet underneath the house, which, I mean, this is one of the more important parts because this is where it's hardest to get to, underneath the basement slab, but there's still a fair amount that we're not seeing. A little bit of buildup through here. A little much for the age. You want to avoid putting excessive amounts of grease down the line, which can contribute to that. Sometimes that buildup will catch debris and it can create a blockage. So, not uncommon to have some, but that's a little heavier than what's best. This is ABS, which is a plastic pipe, and it looked like it was transitioning to PVC outside. I would ask the seller if they are aware of where the other access point is. Sometimes they know right where it's at, and it's just a couple inches below the gravel or the mulch. But I would ask them so that you know in the future. Overall, what we could see looks good. A little bit of buildup, but it did look like you had good grade. I didn't see any standing water. I accessed the line through a clean out in the mechanical room. So I had to move a couple stored items, but I was able to access it through there. I would imagine there's other access points here in the basement. It's tough here because they're still living here and there's a lot of stored items, and so I can't go through another access point because I don't know where they're at. I'm going to end this recording now.